Good afternoon, everyone. So now you can look in page 8. So fourth, suffering of samsara. Jima ranin keshen tumbo yenyang. Lono neka prato tamjeto rana no badu message. Pembe chawa lami tambechu ndrop doesn't trouble chodo. Yedeme Perdana lota chodo. Like sadness, you know. So whoever living in the samsara, so that means and not like I can't say not happiness, but not really is like fully happy, you know. Jema, running keshin tumbo yenyang, which means it's like always we can thank myself very diligent. I'm really knowledgeable. I'm very smart. So even we can thank that way as ourselves. So then we putting an effort is totally in the wrong ways. So with ordinary ways, so we put so much effort. So then, which is NGONDRO 1&2 saying, Ngo karma la sha kampa mo ram, which means so we putting hard effort. Very hard of effort to just ordinary things. So stress like wearing hat, and the very foreign is wearing like shoe, and we putting effort to ordinary things, and then we working externally very very hard, and then same time even we do things, so try to cheat, and then win us and the other people lost. So all those kind effort we put in so much, then ordinary things. So if this can temporarily beneficial to us, but sooner or later, so then if we put so much effort to that kind, so then this sooner or later this cause of karma result can cause of effect. Pembasawa lami tamchu tampechu ndam doesn't report choto. So then, if ordinary things, if we put so much effort, this cannot really is beneficial to us. So then, which one is beneficial to us? If we have like questions, example. So that is only as a precious Dharma teachings. If we can take very seriously and then we can practice, only this can beneficial. Doesn't proper chodoshi. Which means, so then if we can put that way and put so much effort and practice Dharma, so then we can build up knowledge and purify all the past, present, future, all the obscurations and negative karma result. Purify and then we can get to good result. And we put so much effort to and the wrong ways, so many lifetimes, so continually ongoing that ways. So finally, we don't have really, positive ways, earning is nothing. So always create negative karma. And then never also end, and we done like this and meaningful things. Which means now I'm not really competent to do this like these ordinary things. So now I cannot trust these ordinary things. So I can trust only in the Dharma. So then we can build up competence and then we can practice only Dharma. So then why we called samsara of suffering? So these 6 realms, 3 low realms and 3 high realms. So wherever we been born, so still full of the suffering. So one of the great masters say, so Ringa Tombo Nam Tu Amu Jukumson Ringa Mawa down Basinja Langja Lango Machu Lagong Hada Lawson, which means sometimes we are reborn and the 3 high realms like Godarom and jealousy Godarom, women realms. Sometimes we are reborn and the 3 low realms. So always turning to samsara is like circle. So like example, and inside glass jar, putting under one flower. So flower flew sometimes top of the lid. So that is very much as like God wrongs. Sometimes flower down, so women wrongs. Sometimes going down and the bottom of the glass jar. So that is 3 low wrongs. So very much like this in the samsara is if not enough practice when we have produced human life, so samsara is not the end. So therefore then samsara is called circle. So when we reborn under this 3 low realms and 3 high realms, so if we are reborn in hair realms, so then have cold realms and earth hot realms, and then which is called the Nesenian colony. One day born around, one day and then died. So those kind 18 different types hair realms. So once time if you reborn in the hair realms, so then very very difficult to rebirth again precious human life. So they have no chance to hearing the Dharma teaching. Even they have no chance to turn into an Dharma mind. So always cause of suffering. So what kind this suffering is where come from? Who create? It will be 10. Like Chanti Deva saying. So which is example like and this earth. So turning to hot metal saucepans. So it will be 10. Who can correct? This is no one correct other people or other planets. So we all correct because we correct negative karma. Negative karma can cause of result. So those kind of suffering. If somebody set up their very strong fire, so if we are immediately need to go into this from fire, so it will be 10. So who can correct? So not corrected by other people. So we correct. We own our mind. So we correct negative karma. Then negative cause of karma result came. So cause of suffering, those kind. All those kind of suffering, everything is. So we own correct. So we correct the negative karma can cause of effect. So therefore, then we can think very seriously and then understanding in the karma. So then not try to correct the negative karma. So, so if we then reborn and the hungry ghost roams, one of the roams. So early, I think this morning I mentioned too. But then, if once time reborn and hungry ghost, very very difficult situation. So 500 lifetimes, so not receiving any food or drink, anything. So then Kala Jovayada, Drong Jovayada, as many different types of ghosts. So how imagine if we can think. So one day without food or without drink, if we are need to live. So how to survive, So 500 lifetimes. So turning to continually that kind of suffering. So then how imagine. So if we are reborn and Amorons, so then Amo have no mentality to practice Dharma. So the Lin Mungba, which means in the very mood. So even it's no matter how intelligent that Amo, so if you can teach like several things. So if you cannot teach, like if you can recite Om Mani Padme Hum one time, you are liberating to this life. So they have no that kind of mentalities. So then always suffering, and each other eating, and then pets, and then people using, and making hole and nose, and carry hundreds kilos, cannot carry, even people think they are not, carry a bit very badly, and then getting old, also killing and using their meat, and have all those kind of suffering. So then, particularly this is samsara or suffering. So these suffering conditions, Buddha cannot teach to bodhisattvas, arhatas, because if you teach to them, so they can see, they can feel also too much suffering, and then they will be also compassionately blown up their head. So those kind of sufferings living in the samsara. So then even we can think the best conditions, also best life is precious only life, but still really in the suffering, which is called Jagan Chidona. So when we reborn from mother's womb, so then also we have cause of suffering. So between from mother's womb when we reborn, but we can't remember that because sense of the very strong attachment can cover everything. Between even during that time, so we have a feeling like scratch, or we can crush two mountains between. So when we coming out from mother's womb, so washing all the pick up on the 10 fingers. So during that time also we can feeling from bird and nest, so eagles taking over, and the washing things complete filling out all the skins, all those kind. And then when we reborn, so earlier as I mentioned too, we don't know anything. Worse than insects, worse than worms. So need to teach to do from all kindness mothers. So all the dirties and things are wrapping, and then like night time also stop disturbing, and the daytime also eating, disturbing, all that ways. Then mothers giving knowledge and teach. So then we have grow up. So that is a birth suffering. So when we getting old, so then Patoromoti, which is same as old age suffering. Salam jepen rodang dante, topor poto landang dante, sado jepen rodang dante, and then the sun zombe and gepetu, which means when we getting old, so even when we walk, we cannot walk very smooth. So babies try to catch up like bird, no? It's a walk very slowly, and the body is bent. So when we getting old, so we cannot smoothly sit to and ground. So feel like carry hundreds kilos and behind, and then fall down as not sit very smoothly. So when we try to standing up very fast, we cannot. Just feel like feeling out from and the ground like poles. So turn right and then left and then standing and just very slowly. So feel like this. That old age suffering. So sickness. So then getting old. Then nighttime cannot sleep. Daytime also cannot eat. Ear cannot hear, and the body cannot feel. Tongue cannot taste. And the eye cannot see clearly, always suffering. So then even most like even grandchildren or children's parents always wishing to hear every single conversations. So then please can you repeat again? And I can't hear. So then most people like shouting and saying negative things. So then more upset and then more sad and sick. So then when we sick, so very difficult, and even you have like very smooth, very nice, very comfortable bed. So feel like putting in the many nails into the bed and bed. So feel like this, and then always feel like upside down, always hot and cold, always suffering. So many people saying like if I have wish to out from this bed, I can visit all my relatives, friends, go here, there, all those kind of feelings when we sick. So that also suffering. So death suffering. So then Shanti Deva saying, which means when death comes. So most people died in hospital. So surrounded by all the relatives, children, and brothers, sisters. So surrounded by bed, just like cry. Cannot share one of experience. So then everything suffering by just myself. If I have a positive and karma or whatever correct, so we can. If we have a negative karma, so then we all need to feel that awareness. So those kind of experience. And when we died, then you go through into Pardo stage, so which is called Legend Umarja Jamnati, Pardu Munat Denesu, which means in the very strong karmic wind, correct? Wind can pushing and behind. Pardu Munat Denesu, which means in front as true dark, we don't have wisdom light, so we cannot see. So then during that experience, many like all the death and maras and those kind like rough, dirty, this kind, then telling rough things, rough speech, showing rough actions. So then go through that way. So if we don't have then Dharma knowledge, so very very difficult to reborn again or liberated to a pure land. Very very hard. So thus human life suffering. So that is a human life and suffering. So if we reborn and jealousy goes wrong. So that always fighting with God wrongs and the jealousy goes wrong. So which is called Mountain Meru. Mountain Meru behind, so they grow up wish fulfilling tree. So this tree grow up from jealousy goes wrong and then into the God wrongs. So all the wish fulfilling foods, jewels, so using by also God wrongs. So then God wrong they are using. Then this tree is grow up jealousy God wrong. So then jealousy God wrongs, very jealous to God wrongs. So then always they're wishing to fighting. Of course, and the jealousy God wrong have not much power or not much things. So then God wrong all the gods, so much power and so many miracle things. So then they can shoot. So then often that direction ocean also turn into like blood, turn into red color. Always those kinds of suffering and the living and the jealousy God wrongs. So even living in the God wrongs, so then have no time to practice Dharma. So too much enjoy in the very luxury conditions. So one day, then they can heal you are going to swim. So when they can heal that sign, and after 7 days, so that is like 7 years to human life. So God wrong is 7 days. So when they're hearing that normally in the God wrongs, so have a natural perform, natural jewelries, natural beauty, all the things. So then suddenly off everything. Normally have very nice smell, so turning to very bad smell, and normally have very nice jewelry, also turning to off and the smelling, roasting. And then normally have there many like male and the female and all things together. So then everyone, all the friends turn into long distance. So then this is a kind of suffering, and then everyone turn into long distance and the smelling, then suffering, and also they died. When before they died, they can see also too where they are going to rebirth, and also still samsara and the suffering. So if we are reborn until high wrongs, if it's not enough practice, so then and particularly and the jealous God wrong and the God wrong have no chance to practice because of no Dharma mind. So only precious human life have only Dharma mind and the capability to practice. So therefore, then we need very diligence. So even living in the samsara, so we wishing to way out from this life and this suffering and the samsara of suffering. That part's for ordinary foundations. So which is when we practice Dharma, successful or not, it's depends. It's like we practice this for ordinary foundations or not. This can make difference. So firstly, when we each time practice, so thinking and the read through and each four reflections. Firstly, precious human life, so very difficult to get and very easy to lose. So how to I can make meaningful? So now I can practice Dharma. This can only really make meaningful thinking. So secondly, now I have precious human life, but that is really impermanent, uncertain. When we died, what do we do die, you know? So impermanent when comes. So I need very diligently practice before impermanent comes. So then we can make effort. Thirdly, so when impermanent comes, so now cause of karma result can cause of effect. So I try to not create negative karma. So even mentally and physically, try to always be mindful, try to not create negative karma thinking. So then, fourthly, no matter wherever we reborn, so theory high wrongs, theory low wrongs, so still really samsara of suffering. So how to we can way out from this samsara, suffering conditions? So only we can practice Dharma and very diligently, so we can way out from this samsara of suffering. So we can thank each session plans. So then anyway, so no one is really is like us unhappiness. So equal to us. Everyone wishing, everyone pray to like happiness. But however, then we wishing like this, but we can do negative things. So then negative can cause of an effect. So then suffering, bring unhappiness and these things. So therefore, then we wishing to way out from this samsara, free from suffering. So that's the parts for ordinary foundations. So now for extraordinary foundations. So each time when we practice, so you can little bit think about for ordinary foundations. So after that, then you can practice for extraordinary foundations. So when you practice, so firstly need this explaining refuge and the visualization. But what is refuge means, I think we went through already through, as most people taking refuge yesterday. So understanding already, so not need to repeat again. So however, so why we need to practice this for extraordinary foundations? So this limitation, when we practice 111,110 recitation, refuge prayer, and the visualization and the prostration. So that is very much limitation, and our body parts, past, present, future, all the obscurations, negative karma result, purify. That reason that we need also prostration, refuge prayer, and the visualization and the prostration, 111,000. So secondly, then we need to practice Lama Vajasato. So that is our speech parts. So all obscurations, negative karma result, past, present, future. So when we recitation, 111,110. So purification that. So after that, then mentally, also visualization, mandala, and also offering mandala. So that is our mind parts, past, present, future. All the obscurations, negative karma result, purification. So after that, purify body and speech and the mind. So then we can practice Guru Yoga. Guru Yoga is not like preliminary, so actual foundation practice, like Mahamudra, like Gambopa saying. So Singikam Homate, Nungi Jang, Lomujan, Nungi Jang, Lugana, Nujang, Chala, Jujambo, which means so Mahamudra teachings say like snow lion's milk, no? Snow line is we cannot see. Some people think exists, some people think not exists. But anyway, they definitely have, so they can, all the great enlightened being can see also they are receiving and snow lion's milk. So however, this snow lion's milk is very, very precious. That is like Mahamudra teaching. So then snow lion milk, if you have, then need protect and the extraordinary conditions, container. So extraordinary container is now our body parts already purify negative karma, and our speech parts already purify negative karma, our mind part already purify negative karma. So then we are trained to automatically already pure containers. So now, after that purification, so small line milk is like Mahamudra, as a Guru Yoga, for example. So if you receiving, so then if you can hold and also bless, receiving blessings. Without body, speech, mind, purify or provocation. So even you receiving is not really much get beneficial, because still body, speech, mind are very dirty. Like another example, no? So if you have a mirror is very dirty, no? It's full of the dusties. So even you try to looking in the mirror, whatever you have a reflection image, so cannot see very clearly, no? So if without provocation, body, speech, and mind, so even we receiving and the Mahamandala such holy teaching, if we introduce essence of the nature mind, teaching is nothing wrong, but without provocation, so we cannot see essence of the nature mind. So that's the reason that we need provocation practice, and for extraordinary foundations, for ordinary foundations. So after that, then really you can also feel different with provocation practice and without provocation practice. So much is easy. So that's the reason that we need practice. So then first part of refuge and the visualization of the nature. So Dongari Prushen Gopan and Ponso Central Masan, Umalama, Kagyu, Lama. So when we take in refuge, so early yesterday I mentioned you already. So from today to until reach enlightenment, I'm going to refuge all the lineage, and this can also beneficial to not just like myself, beneficial to all the Malaysian sentient beings. That's the reason I'm going to refuge. So then, after that, with the generation Bodhisattva mind, so you can visualization and front. So firstly, you can visualization. So central legs and a very beautiful blue light. So that water is not also just ordinary water. So you can visualization this wish for feeling water, whoever can test, whoever can drink, wherever you have problems, so then that can purify. After that, then you can visualization surrounded by this light and also garden, so very beautiful and green. So this also grass, it's not just ordinary grass. So imagine very soft, like even you walking and like very nice, how to say, top of the cushion, imagine. So then center of the light, so you can visualization, grow up, wish for feeling tree, center of the light. So then this tree have also 4 branch. Center 1 branch, then in front 1, and the right side, and the left side, and behind and the left side, 4 branches, tree. So then top of the tree, so you can visualization, 5 snow lines strong. So and 4 corners, 4 snow lines, and front 1. So you can visualization. 5 snow lines holding like this throne. You can imagine. So top of the snow lines throne, 1,000 petals lotus and moon disk. Then top of the moon disk, you can visualization Buddha. Pictures anyway here. So essence of the Guru and inseparable with Buddha Vajradhara. So Vajradhara is manifestation of the Dharmakaya. So then top of the Buddha Vajradhara, you can visualization Barom Tamavaso. Top of the Barom also, then Gambopa. Top of the Gambopa, you can visualization Malarepa. Top of the Malarepa, visualization Marpa Chudi Lodu. Top of the Marpa, so then Sansam Lodu Renching. Then if you can, you need everything visualization, but I think little bit maybe difficult. So then you can visualization Naropa, Nagarjuna, and the Naropa and the Tolopa. And then Panjaparamata, then top of the Panjaparamata, you can visualization essence of the Vajradhara. But this depends when you visualization. So not really is also necessarily.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah, doesn't really matter. So mainly you can short visualization, short refuge. Others very difficult to remember all the lamas' names. So you can visualization Vajradhara, Telo, Naro, Marwa, Mela, and Gambopa and the Dharmavansa. Then essence of the Vajradhara. So that is already good enough. So after that, then you can visualization red size and corner. You can visualization also Kadam Dyopalam, like Gelo, and also Saja, and also other lineages. And the left side, so then you can visualization Nyingma Dyopa Guru Rinpoche, Pema Sambhava, and the other lineages, lamas, like imagined, like crowd. So then you can, if you can visualization surrounded by all the Kagyu lamas. So in front to the brand, so now you can visualization. Dunda, yadam kolo dumbala, yadam judi taso kunjiko. So 1,000 petals lotus and sun and the moon disk. So then Chakra Sambhara and the blue color. So then surrounded by all the yadams. If you can visualization Chakra Sambhara is union with the Veja Yogini. If you can't, so then don't worry, so you can visualization just Chakra Sambhara. Yes, so then right sides and the front tree branch. So you can visualization at snow lion's throne and the 1,000 petals lotus and the flat moon disk, Buddha Shakyamuni, surrounded by 1,000 Buddhas. And behind tree branch, so you can visualization all Dharma text borders. So then all the Dharma texts and the Sutara and the Tantara, all the Dharma texts facing in front, and also signed coming Om A A or alphabet signed coming from the to that way. So then left side again at Snow Lion's throne and the lotus, 1,000 petals of lotus and the flat moon disk. And our local Shora, and they're surrounded by 16 arhatas. So then not under this tree branch, so in front, little bit about in front. So then you can visualization all the Dharmapalas, particularly in the Barom lineage. So 4 arms, Mahakala. And then 6 arms of Mahakala, 2 arms of Mahakala, and all the Mahakalas and all the Dharma protectors and facing to and front. So then very strongly and the devotion and the faith, and then also refuge prayer, and then requesting from today to until reaching enlightenment. So refuge to us. So then start prostration. Then before the prostration, so from today to until reaching enlightenment, I'm going to refuge Buddha and the Dharma and the Sanghas. Please refuge me and protect me, because I'm going to practice enlightenment. I'm wishing to way out from this samsara of suffering and this life. So please, can you protect me and deeply, so we can request him. After that, then refuge prayer. Sit down 21 times or 7 times. Namo Dada. This 7 times or 21 times pray. So after that, then starting and start prostration. So when you start prostration, firstly, so special our Kagyu lineage, so Marpalota lineage. So when we can join 2 hands together, crown of the head. So that is representative of the Guru, requesting, giving blessing, compassion, knowledge, wisdom. So after that, then we join 2 hands together and the forehead. So that time, past, present, future, all our body parts, obscurations, negative karma result, purify. And also receiving Sambodhi Kaya initiation. When we join 2 hands together and throw, so that time, past, present, future, all our speech parts, obscurations, negative karma result, and purify. And also Sambodhi Kaya, Nirmana Kaya initiation receiving. So when you join 2 hands together and your heart, so that time, past, present, future, all your mind parts, obscuration, negative karma result, purify, and receiving also Dharmakaya initiation. So then, particularly touch forehead and the 2 hand, 2 knees touching in the ground. So that time, complete past, present, future, all the 5 portions, complete purify, and then receiving also 5 wisdoms. So then, same time, not just like prostration by you, so you can lead to all other sentient beings. Right side, your this life father, and many lifetimes to be your father. Left side, your mother, this life mother, and many generation, many lifetimes to be kindness mother. And enemies and front, so many lifetimes we are reborn, retired. So that time, so we create so much. And then enemies and friends, relatives, so that way is then with attachment. So doesn't mean this life if you have enemies, so we can visualization and front. So all the negative karmic debts, so past life, we killing, stealing, lying, cheating, all those kind of karmic debts. So and behind, so millions people's prostration to gathering, so you can lead. So one time, so you can prostration, and then millions people's prostration together, and the recitation, refuge, prayer. So then, same of the accumulation merit and the purification that way. Otherwise, just like you can body move very fast and nothing, visualization, just sometimes also even forget recitation, refuge, prayer. So still beneficial, but less beneficial. So if you can do 10 prostration, 20 prostration, 100 prostration, 200, 300. So during that period time, so you can tie to finger pointingly concentration and tie to prostration, not just like counting number. So then during the prostration time, so if you never done prostration, don't do too much first. So you can do 10, 20, 30, slowly up. So if firstly you too excited as to do too many things, too many prostration, so then next day you're aching everywhere. So then maybe you give up, So don't do too much first time. So slowly you can up. So we cannot attend enlightenment 1 day or 2 days or 1 week or 3 weeks. So we need look after also our precious human life, and we need practice together. So you can do slowly, no need to rush. So after that, then when you stop prostration these sessions, so then taking Bodhisattva's precepts, which is page 17. Firstly, with the generation of Bodhisattva mind, taking refuge. From today to until reaching enlightenment, take refuge in the Buddha. Also Dharma and also Sanghas are also like to take refuge that ways. So after that, then actual Bodhisattva's precepts. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, which ways take Bodhisattva's precepts, which ways they generating Bodhisattva mind. So I'm also going to like that way. So which ways they're taking, I'm going to taking Bodhisattva's precepts exactly like that ways. So when I'm taking Bodhisattva's precepts, so this can beneficial to all other sentient beings. So when I generating Bodhisattva mind and with taking Bodhisattva's precepts, so this can be seen to beneficial to all sentient beings. So then this can, what to say, sub-rejoice or so now we're taking refuge, taking Bodhisattva's precepts to do that same level. So now I'm really grateful and I'm making meaningful this life. There is Sanjay says so that now I'm turning to some of these Buddhas, Bodhisattvas. Sanjay says so that. So from today to until reaching enlightenment, so I'm never going to break or damage my Bodhisattva's precepts. So make strong will. So now I'm taking Bodhisattva's precepts. So this can beneficial to. I'm going to embed all the sentient beings, and this can beneficial to Gordon realms and the demon Gordon realms. So this can bring happiness and also peace and joyful. So then pray. So I'm wishing to never break. Pray to my Bodhisattva's precepts. So always turn into only more to Bodhisattva's precepts. All the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas which ways then beneficial to other sentient beings. So I'm going to exactly like that ways. Then all the obstacles, obscurations also purify. So which ways they are beneficial? I wish him to generating that ways and beneficial to other sentient beings. So after that, then 4 major goals. So I think this part may be better than my explanation already in the Vietnamese and the English. You can understand. So after that, then dissolutions. So how to weaken dissolution? So firstly, you can dissolution and front all the Dharma potentials, dissolve into the yadams. Yadams, right sides and the left sides, all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas dissolve into the yadam. So then left sides bodhisattvas dissolve into the Buddha. Or even you can do right side, left side, all the Buddhas, bodhisattvas dissolve into the top of the Vajradhara. And the left side, also all the Kadam Jampal Lama, Lamde Jampal Lama, all the Kagyu Lamas dissolve into top of the Vajradhara, then dissolve to one by one into the essence of the Vajradhara. So after that, then you can visualization essence of the Vajradhara. So you can requesting long compassions, and then dissolve into the top of the crown and into your body. So now your body, speech, and mind, and the Buddha Vajradhara, body, speech, and mind, training, and separable.
So all together.
Yes. So that refugee and the post-station parts, I hope you understand, as I'm not making too much confusions. So now, second part, practice Lama Vajrasattva. So when we practice Lama Vajrasattva, so best purification, remove all the obscurations and negative karma result. So if without purification practice, obscuration and negative karma result, so then very difficult to weaken in order to practice. So most obstacle is obscuration and the negative karma result when we practice. So without purification practice, so sometimes when you attend Dharma teaching, so immediately you going to falling down and sit up. So when you try to meditation, so you feel very heavy and not very clear, also going down and sit up. So those kind of the obscurations, negative karma result. So because very heavy, so that reason is our mind is not very clear. So that reason then we need practice of this Lama Vajrasattva purification practice. So earlier I mentioned to without purification practice, so even we try to practice Dharma and then not really successful because obscurations, obstacle can cover everything. So therefore, then very, very important to practice firstly purification. Chewo lama doje sambaka doje tenzin nongu chenamzo chedron pema dawa dina rai zomshin jibe dawa zeba tukor pedo hona yego ne som yendo som je tapcho. So when we can practice Lama Vajrasattva, so very important, which is you can sit and your cushion very comfortable. Sit if you can, lotus posture, body strict. So during that time, then we don't need visualization, just ourselves, just ordinary form. So then crown of the head. So you can visualization, which is now this picture you can use. This picture. So firstly, you can now our crown of the head, visualization, letter syllable, white palm. So palm is up here, turned into 1,000 petals lotus. So now not longer palm is in our crown of the head. So just lotus. So after that, then top of the 1,000 petals lotus, you can visualization, letter syllable, white R. So R is turned into also moon disk. Now not palm, not R. Top of the lotus, moon disk. So then top of the lotus and the moon disk, so you can visualization another letter syllable, white home. So home. Then home is also turned into Vajra. Now 1,000 petals lotus, flat moon disk, and wet Vajra, and then center of the Vajra, letter syllable, white home. So then this Vajra and the letter syllable home radiate light into the 10 directions. So then top of the light, drakas, drakanis, holding the many offerings, musics, foods, 7 water bowls, 8 special symbols, offering to all the 10 directions, Buddha and the Dharma and the Sanghas. So when they are offering to 10 directions, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, so they accept these offerings, really rejoice. After that, then all the 10 directions, Buddhas and Bodhisattvas dissolve to into the Dhaka and Dhakanis. Dhakanis dissolve to into the light. Light return back to dissolve to enter the latter syllable home and the Vajra. So after that, again, you can visualization now. This is top of the 1000 petals lotus, flood moon is this Vajra, see visualization here. So from Vajra and the white home, again ready auto light into the going down and the 3 low realms. So higher realms, elmo realms, and hungry ghost realms. So when whoever and the reborn and there, so this cause of a negative karma can reborn there. So when this light into the 3 low realms, like for example, imagine when sun rise, so any cold area in the morning, so what to say, foraging, like in the top of the grass, like have a snow, what called?
Frost.
Force. So melting into the ground, drop on the ground. Imagine like this, and the 3 low realms, all the living beings, past, present, future, all the obscurations, negative, karma, complete purify. And the 3 low realms turn into Vajasato, pure land, and all the 3 low realms beings also dissolve into the light, light return back to dissolve into the Vajra and the letter syllable home. So now Vajra and the letter syllable home is turned into a pairs. So Lama Vajasato. So Lama Vajasato is so inseparable with your Guru and all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, embodiment. So then you can imagine Lama Vajasato white color, so like imagined, and the snow very high and the snow mountains, morning sunrise. You cannot like looking. It's very, very bright white, imagined white color. And then right hand holding the Vajra, which is called this Vajra, holding in the center of the heart, and the left hand holding the bell, as like this. So like it's not like cause, like imagined you can that. So then this right feet and particularly this big toe touching into the crown of the head and the lotus here and the center chana. You can visualization that. So after that, then you can 13 different jewelries, Lama Vajasato, like crown over the head, earring, and necklace, and the long necklace, bracelets, all the jewelries you can imagine, everything is visualization. After that, then crown over the head, here white arm, here red eye, and the heart, and about little bit around, and the heart, blue home. Center of the heart, so then 1000 petals of lotus and the flood moon disc. So white home, center of the heart. You can visualization, and then until reach from page 28. From there, so you can visualization very clearly. So after that visualization, everything's very clearly. So then, no Lama Vajasato, center of the heart. So visualization this mantra, letter syllable white home. Under the letter syllable white home, so you can start anti-clockwise. So start from here, Om Ben Za Sa To Sa Ma Ya Manabala, that ways. So when we pray, turn into like clockwise, that ways. So if you can, like this, if you can making start from here, no? Om Ben Za Sa To Samaya, that ways. So when turning, then easy, like turning to that ways and clockwise and facing upside. So anyway here really clear this mantra, so you can visualization that. So after that, then you can recosting Lama Vajrasattva, release, purify all the mind obscurations, obstacles, negative karma result from this seat, this session, this moment. So same time recite mantra, and then mantra is moving. So clockwise moving. First when we start, so moving slowly. Each between, like each syllable, you can imagine like have gaps, and then this rainbow syllable here, and then each syllable on the, and not touching together. You can imagine rainbow. So then turning fast. So then this nectar mantra coming drops nectar, like for imagine in cold weather or cold place have us. So in melting the water dropped like that. Drop the water from there. Then Lama Vajrasattva body slowly full these nectars. So then finally Lama Vajrasattva feet and the big towel coming from Lama Vajrasattva's feet. Nectar down, crown over the head, our crown over the head. So then washing all through past, present, future, all the obscurations and negative karma result. Particularly then like our body, holes, body hair, everything is coming out from this. So all the sickness, everything is like white pus and the blood coming out. All the obstacles, so turning coming out like blood as like frog or turtle's design, snake's design. Obscurations like how to say, turn into like when we wash and the rocks very dirty, it's a liquid and the coming out, and then going down into the ground from our body hair and body holes coming out, everything's going down into the ground. So then you can imagine ground crack a little bit. When ground crack inside the ground, so then past, present, future, like all the karmic debts, their open hand, their open mouth, and then starting wetting that. So when into their mouth, into their hand, so complete purify all past, present, future obscurations, negative karma result, and whatever they're wishing fulfilled. So then during when you visualization, recitation, Vajrasattva mantra, so you can visualization that way. So then end of the session, so then Om Vajrasattva, 6 syllable mantra. So then going down, nectar stop. So now our body turn into like very pure, like Lama Vajrasattva's body, like crystal ball, upsides, insides, everything is very clearly can see. So then stop, going down, washing. So stop. Then water coming up, slowly coming up. Then imagine like if you put in the cup water, too much putting coming out upsides, So coming up, little bit coming upsides, touching into the Lama Vajrasattva's feet. So Lama Vajrasattva have like bliss, like how to say, really joyful. Lama Vajrasattva say, now which means complete all your past, present, future, all the obscurations, negative karma result, complete purify. Lama Vajrasattva saying to you. So imagine that you can think smiling, loving compassions. So then during when you recite and the long mantra, So that time very important. Sometimes you can focusing into the mantra. Sometimes you can focusing Lama Vajrasattva's from 1,000 petals of lotus, blood moon days, and all Lama Vajrasattva's body, top of the crown. Sometimes you can focusing in the center, moving these mantras. Sometimes you can focusing also outside the universal Lama Vajrasattva's pure land, inside all the sentient beings, embodiment Lama Vajrasattva, whatever you're hearing, sound of the mantra, also focusing. And then maintain when we provocation practice, so which is very, very important, with the 4 powers. Without 4 powers and the practice, so then we cannot provocation. So I have, like, for example, such really powerful method or mantra. When I practice, I make mistakes, or I can again purify and the latter. So then doesn't work. So firstly, we need to using 4 powers. First power is power of resolution. So visualization, Lama Vajrasattva, and the recosting, purify all the obscurations, negative karma result. Second one, Marzel Jopa, which means your past life or past tense, whatever we done, anything wrong. So killing, stealing, cheating, lying, all those kind. So power of what to say, antidote. So if we taking an poisons, immediately we need how to say, go to an hospital, no, and they're very scared, very nervous. So if we done anything and correct negative karma, so then immediately we can recosting provocation. So second powers. So then third one is now I've done like that was mistakenly. So I'm how to say, never do again like this kind and then mistaking. So no, not that. Third one is so then pray to Lama Vajrasattva, please purify all the my obscurations, negative karma result. Fourth one, so fourth one is even like somebody taking my life, if it's not doing like this, so I never do again like this kind of mistaking. So we using this with the 4 powers method, so then we can principle to purify even for heavy negative karma result. So without that, so then if we mistake again and or later I can no problem, I can purify this provocation can. So again mistakes. So then cannot purify because not using it for powers. So then page 32. So I think it's not a need to go through. So under page 39. So before dissolutions, so end of this prayer, Lama Dorje Sambe Jipe Zomba and Dansong Beterek, Digde Namja Nidon Trono, so I'm just saying that by Dala Uyonzo Zawarcho. So early I mentioned already. So Lama Vajrasattva touching to this nectar coming out, Lama Vajrasattva's feet. So Lama Vajrasattva really rejoice, and the same time Lama Vajrasattva said, now your body, speech, and mind, and all the obscurations, negative karma result, complete purify. Lama Vajrasattva saying, Lama Vajrasattva rejoice, smiling, and smiling to you. So then after that, so then you can pray this. So now Lama Vajrasattva crown of the head, dissolve to into your crown of the head in the center jhana. Center jhana. Now your body, speech, and mind, the Lama Vajrasattva body, speech, and mind turn into inseparable. So now you eating, also offering to Lama Vajrasattva, drinking, offering to Lama Vajrasattva. So even you are walking, so you can visualization right shoulder, second undulating. When you sit, of course you can visualization corner of the head. When you sleeping, so you can visualization center of the heart and the focusing. So 4 individual times mainly you can focusing. And then after that dedication. So dedication prayer is page 120. So each session, when you practice postration, also need a dedication from here. So not need to chant to just postration and the Vajrasattva. So when you finish postration, so dissolution, after dissolution, 120 again do Amali. When you practice Lama Vajrasattva, so morning session, then need to go through from 4 reflections and the postration all through and the after Vajrasattva. So then other sessions, so you can start 4 reflections, not need to do postration. Then you can go through Vajrasattva practice. Questions?
Hỏi đáp quý vị có thắc mắc gì có thể hỏi.
Yeah, Sisi.
Rinpoche, when we do visualization of the refuge tree, then how about the family, husband and children? Where do we put when we do the visualization?
So you can visualization in the like right side, left side, okay, and the karmic debt we can put also with the karmic debt. It's okay because the children is very much like karmic debt. No?